Hey guys, Non-Chimpy from AnonTech.com. We're looking at the ASUS Eee Pad Transformer. This is ASUS's first Honeycomb tablet. Like most Honeycomb tablets, it is running an NVIDIA SoC. This is the Tegra 2 running at up to a gigahertz. It's got a gigabyte of LPDDR2, and this particular model has 16 gigs of NAND on board. The big killer feature here is that you get all of this for $399. So that's $200 cheaper than the cheapest Motorola Zoom and $100 cheaper than the cheapest iPad 2. Now this is a Wi-Fi only model, but shaving off that extra money, ASUS actually hasn't given up too much. You get an IPS display with very, very good display characteristics, something that's arguably comparable to the iPad 2. The chassis, part of it is plastic, the back over here. You can hear a little bit of squeaking and creaking if you squeeze on it, but it actually feels really good. On the front you've got glass and you've got a little bit of metal around here. Over on the right side, there's a micro SD card slot, mini HDMI, and headphone out. You got two speakers that are hidden behind these little grills here, and over on the left side, power lock and volume rocker. There's nothing up top. You got two cameras. There's a 1.2 megapixel front camera and a 5 megapixel rear camera. And along the bottom, this is kind of where the secret is, right? So you've got two little ports here that don't really have any connectors in it. They're just physical latching points. And then you got a 40-pin ASUS dock connector. The point of this is to connect to this thing. This is the Eee Pad Transformer dock, the reason that it's called the Transformer. The idea is that you take this, and for another $149 you buy this dock, and you transform the Eee Pad into an Android notebook. And surprisingly enough, it actually works really, really well. So this dock for $149 isn't just a keyboard and trackpad. It's also got a 24 watt-hour battery in it, so that's actually the same size battery as what's actually in the tablet itself. You don't get twice the battery life, you actually get about 60% increase in battery life, but that puts you above 15 hours on a single charge for the entire setup of general web browsing, email, kind of messing around with the OS. Nothing too intensive, but also nothing just too lax. And that's pretty decent. The integration actually goes even further. So you have a number of hotkeys on the keyboard itself. You've got a home button that'll take you there. You can do gestures on the trackpad itself. You actually get a mouse cursor. I don't know if you'll see this, if you can see this on the video, but you've got a mouse just like you're using a normal notebook. The only thing that is a little weird about the mouse is scrolling is supported, but the scrolling gesture is inverted. So you take two fingers and scroll up in order to scroll down, and vice versa. There's no real configuration for any of that stuff on here. Again, it's Honeycomb, right? So it wasn't really designed with keyboard and mouse in mind. But the fact that it even works, and it works relatively well, is good enough for me. Along the top here, you have just a ton of function keys. You can do things like increase or decrease brightness, even toggle auto brightness on or off. ASUS even went to the trouble of including